Hello, everybody. We are back. Another episode, another week of Incorrectly Correct. This is Geo, man. As usual, we just gonna get right into the topic. So this first one, um, I forgive me for laughing, man, but this is crazy. So there's a Japanese man who, after 20 years, started to speak to his wife again. Right? Yeah, you heard me right. 20 years of silence towards his wife from an argument they had 20 years prior. They they continued to live together. They went on about their day. They raised children. But for 20 years, he didn't say one word to his wife over an argument that they had 20 years prior. And he finally started speaking to her when she finally apologized. I can't make this up, man. Like 20 years, like that is a long time. That is decades long of not speaking to your wife over an argument. It, I don't know the argument. I don't know what everything was about. It couldn't have been that bad that you go 20 years and you didn't say a word to your wife, waiting for her to apologize. Now, I mean, look, they say standing on business, like he meant what he meant. That is ridiculous. I just, I don't see it. And I know that there's family members, there's friends who will go years of not speaking, you know what I mean, because of a discrepancy or disagreement that they've had. And a lot of times people feel like it's valid. Right? Yeah, my silence is valid. I really ain't got much to say to you, man, because you did me wrong, or you know what I mean. We didn't see eye to eye. And I'm really ain't feeling you like that happened. And yeah, they last a long time. So that means there was no growth in the mind, meaning it can't be that bad where I don't speak to you for 20 years, right? Because friends, you can lose friends and you can lose family through death, and it's sad because some people we lose family through disagreements or what have you, the dumb stuff, but if I'm about to live with you, you're my wife, and I don't say nothing like that, I can't even fathom that. I can't even fathom an everyday life. You wake up, like, do she even ask you what do you want for dinner? And I know cultures are different, but no dialogue, man, for 20 years. So you walking around that house, you speaking to your coworkers, maybe your parents, your family, you speaking to your children, but not your wife. That's nutty to me. Like, and I mean, I would like for you guys to chime in, man, and let me know if y'all agree or disagree, understand or don't understand. 20 years, he just waited for an apology. Can you guys go that long? Can y'all wait that long for an apology? Is it really that serious to you to hear that person say, I'm sorry, for you to be able to, all right, I'll forgive you. And you got 20 years of conversations that you didn't have. Like, do you have them at that moment? Like, how does that work? Like, what did he do? Because it didn't specify, how their relationship is after 20 years of not talking. I mean, children were born. And Like, how did it go in the hospital? You know, like, how did it go at birth and doctor visits? Like, how did that go? Like, you spoke to everybody but your wife. That's crazy. Like, 20 years, no crisis, right? 20 years, no flooding, no damages to the house where you have to communicate with this person. Like, how does that work? Like, where do that even make sense? How are you that stubborn? I man, man. I'm just letting you know right now. To anybody I've ever had a disagreement with, look, I'll be the first one to say I'm sorry. Okay, because 20 years of silence is crazy. It makes no sense, man. And all right, but so I guess in a uh different universe or different parallel universe, like there's no wrong in that, right? You look at it from another perspective, like, nah, man, that was unforgivable. And she was stubborn and didn't want to apologize for what she did. So for that, you get nothing out of me. I mean, you might get a couple children, bills gonna be paid and everything, but you're not gonna get a word out of me. Total silence. I need that apology. You can't give me that. I ain't got nothing to say to you. And you know what? As I'm saying that, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Like, no, I wasn't wrong. You were wrong, but you don't want to apologize for it. So you get nothing out of me until you do. And it took that woman 20 years to apologize to her husband. And he finally was like, all right, baby, I forgive you. I couldn't, man, look. Hey, you know what? Yep, I get it. I get it. This is apologies that maybe I owe to somebody. You know what I mean? And there are apologies that are owed to me. But I'm just cut differently, man. I ain't that stubborn, man. I'm gonna do a little reaching out here and there. I'm not gonna press no issues because if I need an apology that bad, man, like that, it don't register with me. Like we can continue to converse and kick it or whatever. Like I'm not gonna hold nothing against you 20 years, and especially if we gotta be around each other all the time. We live together. That's just crazy. But in his head, she was dead wrong. And I get it. I really do. She should have said something. She should have apologized. She was just as stubborn as him. That's probably why they got together. Like that's probably why they met, right? Like they met each other and realized they are both stubborn and stand on their word. And you know what? That attracted them two together, man. I don't know if that's the case. But you gotta look at things in that light. Like that could have been the reason why they decided to get married, be together, and all of this. Like, you know what? You just like me. Yeah, you stand on yours, and I like that because I stand on mine. and, then, and then they displayed it over an argument 20 years ago. Crazy work. That's wild. But we're gonna get into this other one that I saw that just really had me like, yo. So we're starting to see a lot of crazy things. A lot. We're starting to see a lot of crazy things. And I know that it's hard to believe what you see, because of course, man, AI man, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to believe what you see nowadays, but sometimes, what I'm saying, things we just run across and we can't really explain it. So there's a man in Shanghai that caught an eel. And that thing, you can see it. it looks it looked like a silver slab. Like it's weird. Like the sun reflects on it and it's shiny, it's flat. And he caught that while he was fishing, man. And what in the holy ribbon was that? What is that? What are we looking at? Like they got chrome fish out here, man. They got fish out here sitting on them things, man. That is crazy. And you get to go deeper with these conversations and thoughts. What is out? Because we could never know. But the age that we in right now with all this technology, like as soon as we see something crazy, we are able to just snap pictures, take videos, so everybody else can see what we're seeing, right? But I gotta ask, like, what do you do? What do you do when you find it? You pull this out of the water. I'm gonna be honest. I'm giving it back. I'm not about to. I'm not gonna play around with that thing because you don't know. You don't know what it belongs to. You know what I mean? And man, nah, that's crazy. Like I don't even know what you do after finding it. It looked like a sword. It really looked like a Bushido blade. It looked like Hans made this thing, man. It is weird and crazy and creepy. And on the same level, astonishing. Like that exists, man. Just imagine what else is out there. Like we see all kind of crazy stuff, especially in the ocean. And that I'm gonna tell you, that's where I don't play around. I don't play around in the oceans, man. I don't play around with water. If it's anything like knee deep or waist deep, I don't mess with it because I can't see, and I'm not about to play around with what's in those oceans, man. But I'm telling you, we talked about this last week, like certain animals. We just leave. Let's just leave nature alone, man. I know we want to explore and learn as much as we can, man. I don't know what's going to follow and look for that thing. You know what I mean? Like what it belongs to, and they want their real swordfish back, and it's not the swordfish that we know, but that thing looked like a sword, and whatever's in that ocean might want it back. You know what I mean? But look at that guy; he's smiling in there, man. That is creepy. That's not much to just weigh on, man. I just want to speak on that because yeah, you just don't see that every day. And I would like to know what you guys think about that if you was to see something like this. What are you doing? How are you handling it? Are you throwing it back? Are you keeping it? Are you putting it on display for everybody to see? Or are you just gonna have a story and tell people and just hope that they just hope that they believe you because that's just nutty. I'm not no, 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 because it don't make sense. Like everything we learned growing up, everything that we thought we knew, as soon as we see new stuff, man, it just blows our mind. That'll really creep me out. And like, it's still beautiful, but it'll creep me out. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Look at that thing, man. Wow. All right, so yeah, so this next one, this next story, this next little information that I got, man. So there's a man, and he didn't. We don't know his name because he wanted to stay anonymous. But there's a man who won the jackpot, the lottery, Mega Million, and he won 1.35 billion Mega Millions jackpot in Maine, right? And now he's suing the mother of his child for breaking the confidentiality agreement that they had. So this man won the lottery, told his baby mama, look, We not gonna tell nobody about this. Just we know about this. We're not going public. And she decides after signing that NDA not to reveal his identity or the winnings, still went and told his family member. Man. And now he's like, I'm suing you. You're getting sued. But my question, she did break the contract, man. And then look, this is all alleged. You know what I mean? But she did break the contract. Baby, we about to change our lives to the fullest. Don't go telling people. Don't you go telling people anything. Don't tell nobody. Matter of fact, look, I drew up this contract, this NDA, sign it. You don't tell nobody about what I want. You don't tell nobody that I want. You just don't even go out there and just leave everything between us. Me, you, and our child, man. I don't know the further details of their lives, man, but it's just how? How do you sign a contract and then go, no, his family need to know? That ain't for you. That ain't for you to do. You supposed to be honest. If the man asks you with full confidence not to tell, like, that's without a contract, and that's how you break that. So I mean, you just blabbermouth. And if you look in outside in, right, maybe the situation is she felt like it's foul that he don't tell his people that he want this much money. Maybe she felt in her heart like, yo, this is wrong, man. You need to let these people know that you want this money, and you can change everybody's lives, man. You want 1.35 billion. You know, wherever that's going to be at the taxes and all, but you can help out your family. And I guess I can understand that she wants to help out them as well through him. Like, let's not forget about your people. Let's not forget about your family. You can help them. That's probably where she was coming from. No matter what she promised him, no matter what she signed, you know, she got a conscience, man. She got a good heart. And she just want to make sure that, you know, his family, and then, you know, if you do that, then hopefully he do something for her family too. You know what I mean? Like, would you go that far? Would you be like, nah, because my moral tell me, man, his family need to know these things, to where you will breach a contract, right? Like, or let's look at him. You know, she probably jumped the gun. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Maybe he was going to do something for his family, but on his own turn. Not with, you know what I'm saying, them having knowledge of it. He had to probably figure out how he's going to delegate these funds. What I'm going to do with this money. How I'm going to set this up, set that up, set that up. Let me figure that out first before we start telling people things. And she couldn't wait. And she just jumped the gun without him having everything figured out first. That makes sense to me. You know, you had no business doing that. You were supposed to wait. And that got him to the point where he like, you know what, I'm suing. But I don't know their financial status before he won this lottery. So let's be open with it. Like, she broke. Hey, what you gonna get? Like, you suing, but what you gonna get and how you gonna get it? You know what I mean? How she gonna pay it off? And what do she have to pay by breaching this contract? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't you sued. But now your family know, man. You know what I'm saying? So the whole suing part, I get it because she breached the contract and you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to honor what you signed. But I don't, it's just whatever you going to get out of her, I guess you're going to get it. I don't know what that would be. I would love to know the terms. I don't have those. I would love to know the terms of the contract. Like if you give out this information and you breach this contract, then you owe me da 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 da. Like I would love to know the terms of the contract because it might not even be monetary. It could be some wild, crazy stuff that she agreed to in that contract to not tell. But people, you win 1.35 billion. And I'm asking you as you, right? So you want this money. You know your family. What are you doing? Are you gonna get things set up first before you tell them and then surprise them? Or you feel like they ain't did nothing for me all these years. I ain't letting them know nothing. You going about your life, you know what I mean, balling, and they have no clue. You can disappear with that kind of money. And they'll never know. You know what I'm saying? And one day Clarence came to the house and we had a barbecue, everything was going down, and then we just haven't heard anything from him. We haven't heard anything from his baby mama. We haven't heard anything about the child. Like Clarence just disappeared. Like, what are you guys doing in that situation? I'm gonna be honest. I win 1.3 billion, and then after taxes, I'm setting up a small man. Come on, man. I'm setting up a community, man, where everybody in the family thrives. That's just who I am. You know what I mean? Or just here's this amount to every one of my family members, all the adults. Here's this amount of money. Do something amazing with it where we can all flourish in this life. You know what I mean? Or buy a country or something. Move the whole family to a small country. Like I'm definitely going to make sure my family is straight. You know what I mean? I don't care what I go through with any of my family members, man. I come across that kind of loot, we all up. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We all up. I don't know his family, man. I don't know how they get down. I don't know, but I will say this. Don't breach. Hey, look, man, somebody tell you something. Have a moral code to you and honor it. Just have a cool little moral code to you and honor it, man. You know what I mean? Take it to your grave, or wait for that person to be like, all right, you can divulge this information. You know what I mean? But don't take it upon yourself, man, and make decisions that's outside of, you know what I mean, what somebody asked you. Just do right. You know what I mean? I would love to know that there was a good ending to this whole situation to where, things got fixed and they was able to, you know what I'm saying, settle everything and the family is straight, he's straight. Like, that'll be dope. Man, I'm telling you, that's wild. And how can you trust somebody like that after they've done it? And now I'm pretty sure that dude, I guess he gotta kind of get away because I know his door being knocked on, phone being blown up. You know what I mean? And then, I'm gonna keep looking because they just might put his information out there after she done told. You know what I mean? Or that'd be dope if she did tell. They contact him and he's like, man, I told her not to say nothing because I wanted to get this situated before I start, you know what I'm saying, helping everybody out with this money. And they understood and they're not putting his information out there. I don't know. We just got to see, man. And I'm going to keep you guys updated. Just, of course, if you follow the Instagrams and all, that's, we'll plug that later. We ain't doing that right now. All right. So next story. there's a man. And this is nuts. This is nuts. But we got a dude, man. We got a dude. Now this is I ain't gonna say old news, but it is like and I'm gonna give you dates so you can see what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna jot this dude's name, but it was a man. He was exonerated in 2017 after spending 27 years, no, 24 years in prison for a 1990 murder that was overturned due to withheld evidence and recanted testimony. You know how that. But upon release, he received $4.1 million settlement in Philly, and this was in 2020. And 4 years later, 2024, this dude had to plead guilty to a third-degree murder for taking out somebody over a $1,200 drug debt. I'm gonna give you that one more time, man. You spend 24 years in prison for a murder you didn't commit. Once they found out you were innocent, you were released and you were given $4 million saying, I'm sorry that you had to spend 24 years in prison. Here's $4 million. 4 years later, you're back in prison over $1,200. Hey, look, man. Look, man, I get it. I do. I really do. I'm not even gonna act like I don't. I get it. Certain people have to stand on their business. I can't let you for once think that it's okay to do this. And that's probably how they grew up. That's probably what they had to develop, you know what I mean, to navigate into this life. Because this life is crazy, let's be honest. And I don't care how much money I got. I don't care what I got going in my life. There's a principle in my life that I don't waver away from. There's morals, there's conduct, there's a code that I will never step away from. I understand. At the same time, sir, 24 years in prison. I guarantee there's some type of discipline that you learned while you was in. Had to be, and there had to be code, conduct, morals, right? Because you survived 24 years. You know what I mean? Obviously, you didn't get taken out while you was in there. So you developed some type of moral compass, some type of understanding, some type of discipline that'll work in your favor. How does 1,200 drug debt? Now, was this before you was locked up? Or did you come out, get the $4 million, and you on some drugs? Right? Like, was somebody owed you because you gave them money to get drugs, or somebody owed you that they, you know what I'm saying, you gave them a little credit and they owe you? That's the mind-boggling part right there. Over $1,200 drug debt. You couldn't even make it 4 years, man, in the outside world. Right? Look, I don't know how the $4 million was given to him. Lump sum, this amount, this year, that I don't know. What I do know though, that was the settlement. I'm in court. I'm out of prison. I'm told I got $4 million coming to me. Bro, there's no way I'm making any kind of dumb moves at all. At all. You can't replace 24 years in prison with $4 million. I'll be damned. I ain't even got to be in the country no more. You know what I mean? All my stuff is exonerated, bro. I'm clear. So I get to do what I want to do. I'm taking that money and I'm doing something smart with it. Why is there any kind of drug debt involved in this man's story at any point after being released from prison? Even if he didn't make the $4 million. Even if he didn't get the $4 million in settlement and they just release him, and then he got to figure out how to get by in this world. It ain't like you so ready to go right back to prison because it took you 4 years for this to happen. 3. It happened in 3 years, but you got sentenced in that 4th year. Did you blow through that money, sir? And then you down to your last 20,000, and it's like, oh man, I done blew through all this money. I ain't got nothing to show for it except for the good time. I mean, I got to invest this into something that I know I'm gonna get quick money. Yeah, I hope y'all understand what I'm getting at, man. What in the will bring you back to a dispute over $1,200 in drug debt? Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. I'm speechless, man. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna need y'all to chime in and give me some perspective. I'm gonna need y'all to chime in and give me a different outlook, a different opinion. I have none. I don't see any other. I don't see it. I just don't. You know what I mean? And I read this, man, before we even start recording, man. And I'm going over it, and I still couldn't. Still can't come up with anything. Just can't. This is crazy to me. This makes no sense to me. So, hey, I'm gonna need y'all on this one, right? I'm gonna need y'all to chime in and just let me know, like, hey, Gio, maybe this. Hey, Gio, maybe that. Help me out, because I just don't see it. I'm sorry, I just don't see it, man. Wow. All right, so we can get to this last story right here. This is a good one. This one kind of, you have a heart. I'm pretty sure you do. This is a credible story. So there's this man, he was homeless. All right. This is a while back, man. It's like 2013. And I know this is 2025, but I didn't know about this story then. I'm just now learning about it. All right, so this homeless man, a woman gave him change. And if y'all know this story already, man, then y'all know how dope this is. He on the streets and he got the cup. You know what I mean? And the lady dropped some money in the cup for him, but she dropped her engagement ring. Or was it engagement ring or wedding ring? Yep. So her engagement ring, she accidentally dropped it in the cup. Dude ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? And, the ring, priced at $4,000. It was worth $4,000. And, of course, after she found out, she came back hoping that she run into him. And she did. You know what I mean? She did. She came back, traced her step, ran back into him. And he's like, "Yep, here it is." And handed it back to her. Now this is the dope part right here. It was, a couple days later, um, to show gratitude for his honesty, she set up a fund, right? Like to raise 4Gs for him. This is what the ring is called. This is my engagement ring. You know what I mean? But I want you to have 4,000 because you didn't pawn it. You kept it. You waited for me to come back and you was honest, man. So they started a fund, man. Let's raise this dude 4Gs, man. But what happened next? Man, that fund ended up collecting over $180,000. The ultimate life changing for that man. Man, you got nothing. You on the streets. You asking for money. You got a cup. You know what I mean? People dropping change. People just walking by you. And a $4,000 ring pop up. Most people be like, man, this is a blessing from God, man. This is a blessing from God. From God, sorry. Look at this ring. Look at this ring. I know it's worth money. But instead of saying I'm gonna go pawn this, man. This is what I'm talking about. This is a fresh start to give. This is my first step of getting off the street. But something in you said no. No. Nope. This look very expensive, and I'm pretty sure this lady is gonna come back. Or somebody that she knows is gonna come back looking for this. No, I'm not gonna do that. That beautiful something turned from 4,000 back to nothing, up again to 180,000, over 180,000. Come on, man. Come on, man. There's a theme in these stories outside of one. But there's a theme in these stories. We're going to get to it, right? But just stew on that for a little bit. You become the most humbling person. You become the most understanding person. You become the most moral driven person. You become the most empathetic person, sympathetic person, an overall good person when you're reduced to nothing. You don't have the things that everybody else want to hold dearly to themselves. That creates them to be, that it motivates them to be everything opposite of what I just laid out. Right? And I'm speaking from experience. Trust me. When you reduce to nothing, you have absolutely nothing. Nothing to turn to, no one to turn to, not knowing how you're going to make this happen. I'm telling you, it puts something in you, man. It puts something in you to where you understand a broader spectrum of things. And it makes you care more about people. It makes you care more about life. Because you're a lot more grateful for anything to where you find $4,000 ring in your cup, and you know from being beat down by the world or your decisions, right? And you got a chance to sit down, sit back because life beat your ass. It whooped you. And you have nothing. And you decide I'm not going to pawn this ring or sell this ring. I know somebody is going to come back because I now understand life better. And look what happened to this man because of that. Look, man, we spoke on it last week about humbling yourself, right? Who are you? This week, man, it's integrity. This week's topic is integrity. That man had a enormous amount of integrity, man. And look how it turned his life around. I respect that dude. You know what? And I'm gonna be honest. I'm about to call his name out because it's in there. And Mr. Billy Ray Harris, right? I would love for everybody to look that name up, see if this man has started a business or something, done something amazing with himself. That's what integrity does. That's how integrity affects your life. Let's break it down, man. The definition of it, right? It's the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. How many of us have integrity? How many of us practice integrity? How many of us can say my life is good because of it? How many of us is out there every day and then we hear it? How many of us are struggling because we lack it? Right? Just that story alone shows you how impactful integrity is. Very. You being honest with yourself. You being honest with people. Strong moral principles to where something that we may think is big, but it's actually small. $4,000 out of nowhere, which is represented by a ring. You didn't ask for nobody to give you a $4,000 ring. You just asked for some change so you can go get something warm to eat, or maybe enough to get you a room so I'm not on the streets. Something. Most people's going to see that as a blessing. How many of us is going to really see that expensive ass ring and say, man, I'm just going to keep it just in case they come back? I'm telling you, it's not going to be a lot. I'm telling you. And kudos to that man. That's how impactful integrity is. When we lack that, though, there are consequences. There are consequences to having lack of integrity. And a lot of people, we think we have it, right? We'll do one little thing and we think we have enough integrity for good graces to come our way. I'm telling you right now, that has to be every day. You have to practice that every single day. Not just one day. One day just the day I'm feeling good. And I know I say this, man, I say this all the time. We are all eating a shit sandwich out here. We are. All of us. You know what I mean? I mean, economy is tore up. You know what I mean? Support is low. And I'm talking from everything. You can't even get support from your job. You can't get support from your family. And it's not because they don't want to or they don't care about you. It's hard, man. It is hard out here. But you know, if you practice displaying and just consuming and just exhibiting integrity every single day, watch how things just change in your life, man. Watch that tenfold. Because this 4,000 to over 180,000 ain't tenfold, boy. You understand? All that dude, he did nothing but exhibit integrity. That's all he did. That's all he did, man. Now, we can get into some when it comes to integrity. You know what I mean? Y'all ready? I mean, let's ride. All right, so we gave you the definition, right? Now check this out. Check out the different kinds from having lack of integrity. Legal consequences. And we can break those down. Financial losses. Mutual assent. Matter of fact, legal consequences is Mr. 4 mil, but go back in prison for 1,200. His lack of integrity. Those are legal consequences, man. That's what happened to him. All right. We got legal action, personal, professional relationships, crucial element, transparency, negative consequences, emotional stress, damaged relationships, missed opportunities. It gets deep, people. And I'm guaranteed every single one of y'all that's listening, we fell short when it comes to integrity. We have. And it's understandable. We was looking out for ourselves, right? Self-preservation. That's first and foremost before you can think about anybody. I got to think about me. I got to think about mine before I can think about others. And that makes a lot of sense. I get it. But in the meantime, allow that integrity to be massive. They got the videos out, man. All you got to do is look it up. They got the videos out of, there's this guy, I don't know his name, man. You know what I mean? But there's countless videos of this, of a guy who he helps people, but before he do, he checks their integrity. You see what they're about. I seen one where a guy would just approach people and like, excuse me, I left my wallet at home. I don't have no money on me. Can I eat with y'all? And he's standing in front of a restaurant while he's doing this. No, get out of here. Nah, I ain't got no money for that. Nah, I ain't got nothing myself. It's a gang of those. And then somebody will be like, yeah, come eat with me. That's no problem. I got you. Now, in the moment they getting to know each other, they're talking, they learning about each other because they sitting down, they having a meal. And whenever it's time for the check, the bill comes, he let them know, like, look, man, I can pay for this. I'm about to pay for your lunch. I just wanted to see who has a kind heart out here. He don't say integrity, but basically, man, I want to see who has integrity out here, who has a moral compass, who has moral principles, who's honest with themselves. because they know these people who help them out. They know, like, look, if I was in that situation, I would really hope that you would say yes and buy me a meal. So he ended up paying for their meal and sliding them some dough. It's like a social experiment. We see it all the time. And every single time somebody says yeah, or I'll do it, or I got you, look how them people bless them. You know what I mean? Like, I see it every day. It's a wonderful thing to see, to be honest. Kind of gives you hope in humanity to know that there's kind people out here. And those same people will be just like Mr. Billy, who had nothing and did not sell or pawn that lady's ring. And now he's up. I don't even know where he at now. This was years ago. But I had to throw that story out there so we can get into this topic of integrity, man. Now I got questions though. I got questions because you got this one side, but there's another side too, right? Can lack of integrity work in your favor? Because we can go to that first story of the married man who didn't speak to his wife for 20 years. He stuck to his moral principle. He waited for that apology before he said anything to her. He waited a while. He waited 20 years. But it did work in his favor in the end. The lack of integrity that man that I'm speaking on, like the lack of integrity is the married man was you couldn't say a word to your wife for 20 years, right? Instead of integrity, man, you were stubborn. Now, his perspective, he was not. His integrity was to be, look, man, if you ignore somebody for 20 years that you live with, you an asshole. I don't care. I don't care. You are. So he chose being an asshole to her, but it was integrity. It was based off integrity. That was the foundation of it. Look, I got integrity. I ain't got to say nothing to this till she apologized. All right. So don't come at me with no lack of integrity. I got all the integrity. I'm waiting for her to say she's sorry. She ain't gonna say she's sorry. She ain't getting no word out of me. Do you guys have a situation? Y'all got a story? You guys have an incident where your lack of integrity actually worked in your favor? I can't think of anything. If I do, it's probably gonna sound stupid as hell. It's probably gonna sound stupid as hell that my lack of integrity worked in my favor. Because I guarantee you, if it did, it was short term. It didn't last. It didn't last. It was a small thrill. But in the long run, it whooped my ass, right? Because I can give you one if y'all want. You know me, man. It's story time. I can always go to a story. You know what I mean? Because I fell short plenty of times in my life. I'm not proud of them, but I'm just saying I've made dumb decisions in my life, man. And I got a few. I got a few where I had a lack of integrity, man, and there were consequences to it. It cost me. It really did. And of course I learned from those mistakes and I don't exhibit that BS no more. But here we go. Okay. Cause y'all going. And I'm always have a story. Um, this was years ago, man. And there was this lady that I knew. And she was nice to me. I'm not gonna lie. She was very nice to me. Um, no matter what, how stupid I was, she still showed up, especially on times that I really needed it. And my lack of integrity, it caused for me to take advantage of this woman. I took advantage of her kindness. I took advantage of her faith in me that I didn't have for myself. Right? I took advantage of her niceness, man. And I just spit it back in her face because I wanted to keep up a bravado about me. Right? Thinking that, yeah, man, like I get to go tell this to somebody and brag about it. And there will be people that's gonna be like, "Oh man, you was able to pull that off, boy. You savage, boy. You messed up, man. But damn, hey, if you were able to pull it off." And in the long run, man, I lost somebody who was really, really dope in my life. Now I ain't saying it because she did things. I'm saying because she was a good person. Period. And those are people that you will want in your life all the time. You will want to surround yourself by good, kind people. You know what I mean? And I got a chance to apologize to that woman. That was years ago. But I'm telling you, when I started to lose, when karma started to whoop my ass because of my lack of integrity, I'm telling you, that made them brothers want to sit down and reevaluate some things. You know what I'm saying? And be like, ooh, we got all that squared away. You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you something, people. Do not lack integrity. All right? Please stand for something good. You know, have a great moral compass about yourself. And like I said, man, exhibit that every single day. Not just once, but twice out of the week, out of the month, out of the year, every day that you're breathing. Don't lack integrity, man. Watch how it helps. Watch how it, boom. You know what I'm saying? It just changes your life. Watch. You'll see. All right, so we're going to get to my favorite part of this episode. And this segment, Stain on My White Tee. Yeah, buddy. And I look, stain on my white tee this week. Squirrels. I said it. Don't care how you feel about me saying this if you listen. Squirrels. Don't like them. I do not like squirrels. And of course, I'm going to tell you why. Gotta tell you why. These things, as cute as they look, they some assholes, man. You got all this nature that's in this world. But yet you want to come bother people's house. You want to try to take refuge in people's roofs. You want to dig out and try to build you nests inside people's attics and things of that nature. Or be in their garage tearing shit up. You know what I'm saying? Ripping out the insulation so you can create you a nest for your baby. And get your ass out into them bushes, into the woods. Stay out of people's homes. Y'all not domestic like that. Y'all wildlife. Get your ass out there in the wild. Every time I see a squirrel, I'm telling you, man, if I got a rock in my hand, I'm gonna try to hit it. I don't care. Okay, for for every animal that people love, there's a group of people that do not like that same animal. You think a squirrel is cute? I think it's a piece of shit. I'm just letting you know. They don't do anything. What benefit do they bring to you if they around your house? They don't run shit away. They run from shit. Huh? They don't help with maybe insects and everything. Man, these things they don't even mess with that kind of stuff. And they greedy and they lazy. I don't like them. All right, so you out there and you see a squirrel, just take the time and laugh because you know that this man here, Gio, don't like squirrels. Okay. Now I ain't trying to say I be trying to hit them. I won't go that far. As far as like driving, I will avoid them. They do dumb shit in the road. All right, they do that double dutch shit where it's like, oh, do I go? Do I leave? Do I go? Do I leave? And now you trying to figure out how you gonna drive to avoid hitting the daggone squirrel. When I see them and they already dead and hit, and I chuckle to myself, man. I don't care how sinister that sounds. I don't care how y'all feel about me saying that. I mean that. All right. So this week's stain on my white tee are them damn squirrels. I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all next time. Tune in every week. I will be back. Go.